Alright, it did start. It did start. I do apologize there. Alright. Hello and welcome back to... Well, this is going to be a special episode today. As we're waiting on the white thorn. You know what, my brain just did not want to work there. The white thorn winter showcase. And we're about 25 minutes early. I decided, you know, to start it early so we could have more talking. Alright. Let me remove that. And let me check this. There we go. Sorry, I was just checking some emails there. But hopefully you are all doing okay today. Stay safe and hello, welcome back. So, we got 25 minutes until... Oh, hello there, Majestic Dirt. How's it going? It's been a while. Yes, it has been a while. It has been a while. Alright. But hopefully you're doing alright and staying safe. Alright. Good. Yes, good. So we're currently just waiting on, what do you call it? Oh, wait. I am doing alright apart from a very stuffy nose at the moment. So I might sound a little bit weird, you know. It's like, you know, an air bubble there, you know, and it really annoys me. Plus I'm sniffling that area. It's really annoying that. But apart from that, it's not too bad, I tell you. I had a headache, you know, before the stream and I thought, you know, maybe I... You're copying me. uh. But I had a headache before I started the stream and I thought, you know what, this is a bad headache, I might not be able to stream. But decided to push through it and here we are. I had like a bunch of timers set, I tell you, and they were annoying me. That eventually I got up. So, the White Thorn Games Showcase, Wonder Showcase. Let me make sure I'm muted there. We also do have an ad break happening in about 22 seconds. Oh, hello there, Scav. Hopefully you're doing alright and stay safe. Yes, I am tiny. Tiny one. Alright. But the Winter Showcase will be happening at 6:30 PM. That being... Let's see. That being 18:30, I'm pretty sure. We can also check out the YouTube side. Pretty sure they do have the trailer for it. Upcoming premieres 2/06 at 6:27 PM. So we can actually watch the trailer. I'm pretty sure. No wait, that's just a full thing. That's just a full thing. Do apologize, but they do actually have a trailer for it. They do actually have a trailer for it, so we might actually watch the trailer. Wait, let me check something. Alright. It's about 18 minutes. What have I done? Somehow it just did like the multiverse there. Trailer for what? We are currently doing a watch along for the White Thorn Games Showcase. They're going to be showing off some new games and some other stuff. It's a good company, I tell you, it's a good company. I do quite enjoy a lot of the stuff that they do. And I'm looking forward to this Winter Showcase. We watched the last one, and I'm looking forward to this one, I tell you. I really am. This will be the 2025 Winter Showcase. And it's got to be some pretty interesting stuff, I tell you. It's got to be some pretty interesting stuff. So, before we begin, you know what? Let me just make another asset here. Let's see. Let us see. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out, you know, the best way to... This is just a random image that I took from someone's Twitter because I really like the aesthetics. I'll just shove this here. About there. Is that right? No, a little bit further there. Alright. Now we'll be seeing the trailer to the Winter Showcase. So a little bit of a sneak peek before, you know, we get there. It would actually work the way that it's supposed to. Alright. Put the image down. We are going to put the image down. Do not worry, we have the image down now. There, see? Magic. Alright. So here we have it. It is seeable, right? Yep. Alright. So it's about 34 people are waiting now on the YouTube side. We're waiting on the Twitch side. And we might as well check this out. You know what, I'll turn on the audio just a bit. Alright. But this is a trailer to the Winter White Forum 2025 showcase. Looks like we got some Slime Hero stuff there. We got the Spray Paint Simulator. That was a great game. Oh, pretty interesting stuff there. But that's just a short trailer right there. You know, we'll even go, you know, in here, you know, give it a smiley face. That's what we'll do. Alright. But that's a short trailer of what to expect. We're gonna be, you know, seeing a lot of, you know, games and all that coming. And I'm looking quite forward to it. I am looking quite forward to it. Now, we do actually have about around 15 minutes, I would say. So, not too bad. We can actually go check out the Steam workshop. Well, not the workshop, but the Steam, you know, page for them to now. It's not got me signed anyway, so. Again, show out this area. A lot of people. A lot of the. Do they create people? I do not understand your question. But I'll say yes. I'll say yes. I do not understand the question, but I shall say yes. Oh. 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 I said games, not, you know, gays. Wait 1 second. I need to compose myself again. Oh. Oh. My bad. It's alright. It's alright. Oh. Oh. Alright. So this is White Foreign Games. They're relatively not too big, but, you know, good enough size of a company. They do some great stuff. They have a lot of, you know, accessibility settings. They do, you know, it's really a great, you know, thing that they do with their accessibility settings. You know, there's some good stuff in there. There's some good stuff in there. You got the Slime Heroes, you know, release date announced. You know, I'm looking quite forward to playing some Slime Heroes at one point. We have Mythwrecked and Ambrosia Island. Now that looks like a, you know, great game. I've seen some footage of it. Not too much. I've seen it at the showcase last year. Brilliant game. Would recommend checking out. We also do have the Spray Paint Simulator. That we played on the channel quite a lot actually. The demo of it. And it was quite nice. You can now also, I think, yeah, it is now available, so you can go check out that. Any co-op games I should get for us? You know what? I'm not sure if they do any co-op games. Do they do any co-op games? There's Botany Manor. Botany Manor is a really great game, I would say. So it's only one player. I really wish they would do like a 2-player one. Yeah, it's only one player. But if they did a 2-player one, you know, I would love to play, you know, Botany Manor and 2-player. That would be sick. I don't know any of these. Well, you know what? Do not worry. We'll go through them. We have plenty of time before the actual thing, so we'll just go through them. Magical Delicacy. We played on the channel. I do actually want to do a special episode for it. I want to basically write down all the recipes that you can make in the game and try and make them in real life. I do actually have an apron that I got from a buzz kit from them. but I have not been able to make a video on it, I tell you, and it's really been bugging me, you know. I want to make a cooking video on it. It'd be very scuffed, you know, but you know, it'd be a good time, I tell you, it'd be a good time. But Magical Delicacy, I would recommend. It's a great game. There's a lot of, you know, stuff that can help you, especially going upstairs. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to do that. Also, I may haven't joined in a while because you stream in the middle of the night for me, and I can't really watch when I'm snoozing. You know what? No worries, you know. I stream at weird times, and I'll tell you, I stream at weird times. Evans Remains? Pretty interesting. I've not seen that one, I don't think so. You got the Forest Cathedral. That looks pretty sick. They got a lot of like different games, I tell you. These are a lot of the demos that you see here. Maybe we should try out the demo for, you know, Mythrecta Brosia. You know, that could be a fun time. We played Lake. If any of you remember our Lake series, that was a great series. So, we did record it a long time ago on my very old PC, so it did not run the best on the lowest graphics, but you know, I enjoyed it nonetheless, I tell you. And then we went and played the DLC that came out for it, Seasons Green, and that was a great game. That was a great game. Especially, you know, seeing like, you know, stuff, you know, lining up for the next game. Don't leak it, get it, because it's Lake. Oh, you can't be doing me like this, you know. Like, you know, we've got another like 20 minutes here, you know, we've got to get like, you know, more puns. You know what, I actually need to go grab my water. So if you give me 1 second and we'll continue on. Oh, I hit another bottle. I do apologise if you hear me sniffle every once in a while. It's really annoying myself. There we go. Alright. So, let me hydrate first. You know what? I would love a magical delicacy cookbook. Now that would be a pretty cool thing. A magical delicacy cookbook. I can't read today. I read breasts, not beasts. Like chicken breasts. Ah. You know what? I get that. You know, sometimes, you know, when it comes to like cursive or, you know, something similar to cursive, especially, you know, weirder designs of writing, it do kind of be like that. Where do bees make honey? Like, there's a lot of games. Apico, that was a great game. I've seen some stuff of that game, you know, that's a really great game. We've not played that one yet. I don't think so. We'd love to play it though. Calico, I've always loved Calico. I've not gotten into it, sadly. But it is a great game. It is a great game. And Teacup. Teacup looks like, you know, one of the old books that you would get, you know, from like school. Good times that. Games to play with friends. Are these the same developers? Yeah. Okay, I was just making sure. Bombfest. You know what, that is sick. That is sick. Look at that. That's a co-op, like, you know, you just chuck bombs at your friend. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. It came out in 2019. Also, 15% off, you know, not a bad deal. Not a bad deal for the games collection. Classics. I guess this is a classic now? Maybe. We should talk. Newt 1. That's actually pretty, you know, funny name there. Onsen Master. Time management casual. It looks like you're a person in charge of a bathhouse. Oh, that's gotta be rough, I tell you. Princess Farmer. Looks pretty interesting. Looks like you farm and... It's got story rich, so there's gotta be a lot of story and a lot of reading from that game. James, who you may have missed. Canna Quest. That looks pretty sick. That does look pretty sick, you know, it looks like a fun time. Recall. You're the princess. Oh, thank you, thank you. Wait. A little bit of karaoke, and then it's gone. I tease. Well, they've done like a lot of games over the years, and you know, it really is, you know, a great company. You know, they do a lot of good stuff. They do a lot of good stuff, like yes, no, and you're the knight. But they do a lot of great stuff. You know, you got Starcross. It looks pretty sick. It reminds me of Asteroids from back in the day. Harvest Seasons. You know what? Kind of gives me Stardew vibes. And Beans, the coffee shop simulator. You know what? It looks pretty simple, but it does look quite interesting. I tell you, it does look pretty interesting. All right. Well, you know what? How many minutes do we have left? We have 9 minutes left. Alright, wait 1 second. The black key's out again. Alright. Yeah, we should have 43 people are waiting already. We can close that. So, Whitethorn Games. Whitethorn Digital is a low-stress indie game publisher focused on approachable, digestible, and wholesome games. Summarized from a website of some sort. They were founded in 2016 in Pennsylvania, United States. Not bad, not bad. Erie, Pennsylvania. Let's go read some more about them. About Whitethorn Games, we're an indie game publisher company, focusing on pleasant, easygoing games that can be played in PCs that require no special skills or knowledge, and that anyone can pick up. Also, I might as well let you see. Do apologise, I've got to unblind you. I love you too, Scav. I love you too. What did I hit? What's the chat box? There we go. Sorry, I was just drinking the chat box a bit. I noticed I had been taking up a lot of stuff, you know. Oh, I'm trying to figure out, like, look, there we go. There's a little slice that I can still click to get rid of the, you know, background thing. That require no special skills or knowledge, and that anyone can pick up and play. We're believers in accessibility, inclusion, and widening the audience that gets to play. We like to consider ourselves the defender of easy games. While our games might challenge you, they'll respect your time, they'll make sure you can play, and most importantly, they'll never punish you. You know what, that is pretty nice. Whitethorn games are easygoing, they don't require any prior gaming knowledge, special skills, or feats of dexterity to enjoy. Bite-sized, our games can be played a little at a time, can be saved constantly, and can be picked up and put down without penalty. You know what, that is quite nice, you know. So many games, I tell you. So many games. And you know what, I want to see how that fish looks. It's so tiny, the fish. It's tiny fish. Wait. There we go. I do quite enjoy, like, you know, without penalty stuff. I remember, like, if you died too many times in, like, old games, they would give you, like, you know, a heal or, you know, free ammo. Stuff like that, you know. Or, you know, allow you to skip a certain amount of the section. That stuff, you know, always helped back in the day. Especially as a kid. Especially if you could not figure out the puzzle. Stress free. You have enough stress in the rest of your life. Our games, after challenges without frustration or shame. You know what, that is quite nice. And this is all of their games that they have gotten. Yep. Do apologise, I had it over the other side there. but they have quite a lot of games, you know. It just keeps getting larger and larger, you know. I'm looking forward to when it just, you know, the entire area is just covered in, you know, all of the games. That'd be a day, I tell you. But it is a 5 minute until the start of the Whitethorn game showcase. Looking quite forward to that. That shark. Alright, it's not a fish. Well, technically it is a fish. Are sharks fish? Yes, they're counted as fish. Also, that is what it sounds like on the, you know, Google. That's their sound on Google. They live to 20 to 30 years. Pretty interesting, I tell you. Whale sharks, those I love, you know, whale sharks, they're not too bad. They do not have a lifespan detailed on here. Oh no, they live forever. They live forever, I tell you. There's a megalodon. You know, they were extinct like 3.6 million years ago. Great whites. You know, great whites, you know, they live quite long. I remember about that story about one that, you know, was swimming around at the same time as Columbus, you know, around that time, you know, could be older, could be a lot younger, who knows. Does not really matter. But, you know, the fact is there, you know, fish live a long time. There's a basking, you know, shark. Bull. Shark. I always hated tiger sharks. As that's because I played Death Stranding back in the day, and it was always such a stressful time. Always such a stressful time. Oh. My ears got blown. My ears got blown. I do apologize. I was wondering what was happening. And we had a little bit of audio there on that, and it really just... It's the countdown to the thing, I tell you. It's the countdown to the thing. We got 4 minutes. I know, my ears got blown there. Oh. Oh, that was hilarious though. It was hilarious. Oh. Like, that was so unexpected. That was just so unexpected. When we Tenko relive our pain. Oh. I shall cry. Here, have a little bit of cat girl, okay? I don't give it out for free, I tell you. So it's now gone. Oh, my nose. You just wanted to, you know. Yes, no. I am a tease. If you do not redeem it, you know, then it does not stay for a while, you know. That's how it works on Twitch. They're like, hi everyone who's excited. Don't know if you can fully see it or not. Trying to get the chat bit, but I have to pull it down a little bit. Ooh. We're waiting on the Twitch side for this, you know, time. It's not going to be for a little while until the, you know, the Twitch side starts. I'm twitching on Twitch, live on Twitch. That's your next stream title? Or it's this stream's title? You know what, it's not a bad title though. It's not a bad title. We are all twitching. I guess so, I guess so. Alright, I'm going to hydrate now. It's gonna take us a little while before the white phone game starts, so you know, we have plenty of time, you know. Not too much to worry about. Can't take my, you know, chat anywhere. Could not take my chat anywhere, you know, it's been the last like 2 days and chat has just gotten so feisty, I tell you. Also, Tiger Shark. We got 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute until the White Form Winter Showcase, 2025 Showcase. Let me move it more over this way. Is that a good enough view? Not sure. Let me remove that a little bit. Make it a little bit easier for use. Yeah, that should be that a good view. Yeah, that's a better view for use. We're at 1 minute. We're at 1 minute. We're at 1 minute. Actually, they went over the time limit because they said 6:30 p.m. and that's 1 minute over. Yeah, I'm calling them out. I'm calling White Thorn out. We got 45 seconds. 45 seconds. You know, I'm looking forward to this. We are going to swap over to the Twitch side. You know, that's the one that I was planning on, you know, watching first. But nonetheless, you know, YouTube on perfectly fine too. We're past 30 seconds now. We're almost at 20. Is the Twitch side? Yeah, the Twitch side's up. Is it? Oh wait. I think the Twitch side is already there. So we'll swap over to the Twitch side. Let me remove that. It looks like it. It looks like it. What? What is knock?
Yeah, that's great. We should also talk about some of the other events we went to.
Oh yeah, big year for travel. I had the opportunity to meet a lot of different people on different continents this year. We were DICE first, and then I think GDC thereafter.
We also did Gamescom Latam, did Summit, and China Joy.
Yeah. And then back to the U.S., Minnesota, 2DCon this year.
And we had Ava, Game Brussels, and
Scav, I already follow you. I already follow you, Scav.
And we should probably mention that the week of the showcase, most of our titles are going to be on sale on Xbox, Steam, PlayStation, and also Nintendo Switch. We'll even have a sale on our website for all of our merch.
Bad.
And it was another big year for the work our team and developers have done to make sure that their games are playable by as many players as possible.
Oh, wait, that's Matt. I pointed in the wrong direction. That's Daniel.
Yeah, definitely. We learned a lot this year from
testing. I'm gonna point out Lisa over here. We see you, Lisa. We see you.
To everyone. And
we thought you would stay there, undetectable, Brian. I see you, Brian.
Speaking of things happening this year, Bonnie
I saw that was E1, no, it's CJ.
We should talk about that for sure.
Oh, yeah, I have a trailer for that one too. Tell me what y'all think.
Alright, new platform. Let's see. Oh, it's gotta be on the PlayStation this time. Not bad at all. It's gotta be sick, I tell you. That has gotta be sick. I'll turn it down a bit, I don't want copyrighted, I tell you. But that is pretty sick, you know. Botany Manor, really great game. Would recommend going and checking it out. Would recommend going and checking it out. Like Botany Manor, it's just such a, you know, interesting game. Like I love the, you know, style of it. Gives that Italian, you know, like Italian, like I don't know what you would call the 1920s art of Italians, but if you know the 1920s art, it kind of reminds me of that. Also, I had a hair going in my mouth there. But that's pretty sick, you know, it's getting on like tons of, you know, different, you know, consoles now. You know, pretty sick. Pretty sick.
Yeah, more in the Studios really just awesome game. We should definitely see if they want to have something to say.
Good idea. You have a call with them next week, right? Why don't you float the idea to them and see what the team thinks?
I can totally do that. How
I
are you
think
feeling?
Daniel was, a little bit cringing
Feeling
there.
good. I've had quite a long break since April, or like at least, on and off, taking it easy. And I had a very long Christmas break, which was nice. Yeah, no, I
I'm pretty
feel
sure
good
they're
about it.
reading
It's
a
always
script.
stressful
That's why
when
they
you
go
launch
to
a
the little
game,
bit
but
there.
then
Nothing wrong with reading a script.
when
I
you've
just
had
like
a
looking at the
bit
ads
of
when they
time to
do.
relax and recover,
What time is
you
it
gain
for
more
you?
perspective on how the launch went.
Us
And I
now
think looking
it's
back on it, I feel the
18:35,
game was received really
6:35
well, and we're still getting
p.m.
like picked up sometimes in articles, and people are still talking about it, which is just really lovely to see.
Yeah, same really, feeling really good. It's always impossible to know when you're working on a game, no matter how much faith you have in it, how it's going to be received. And I feel like it's really exceeded any expectations I had. We've had really nice feedback from all sorts of different players, and that's just been really lovely to hear.
Not too bad. Not too bad at all.
I always forget that after you finish working on a game, you finish the hard work, but the game then takes on a life of its own. So if it gets nominated for awards months later,
It's like seeing your
or
child
you
grow
keep
up,
hearing
that's
about
what it's
new
like.
players just discovering it for the first time, that's really lovely to see, and it's been great.
Yeah, I mean, the development is such a involved process for any game. What were some of the challenges that you overcame in development?
For me personally, probably an art challenge, and this was a fun challenge to solve, but working on anything that is based heavily on history and trying to keep the references quite close to that historical record, especially the 1890s, when everything was way over decorated and really super detailed. To go and do that research and then take those references and turn them into these beautifully simplified, stylized artworks that fit in the manor and helped contribute to that nice, relaxing, cozy environment. That was a challenge, and it took a lot of iterations and going backwards and forwards to get everything at the same level of detail. But I feel like we got there in the end, so it was a fun one to solve.
Yeah, for me, the biggest challenge technically was to make the game run on a Switch, because there's a lot.
Switch does have a lot to
render, and there's a really big manor that needed to be loaded in all at once, and we really had to push and optimize every single bit.
Yeah, the Switch does run at 30 frames per second for a lot of games.
Also to not compromise the visuals too much, because the cozy, peaceful atmosphere.
I'm just thinking about Fallout New Vegas, how they had
really
to,
important to us,
chop up the sections of the city,
but we didn't want to compromise
so it was easier to optimize.
Players, and I feel like we did a good
job. Switched up
really
fast, didn't you?
Really well.
I think just like I said throughout development, you're in Unity, you're in the engine, you're in the manor. What are big or small, some of your favorite things that you worked on that maybe people did or didn't pick up?
For me, my favorite thing, this is very small, but was coming up with the Latin names for the flowers.
They were some pretty good names. They were pretty good, some names.
Almost like a little Easter egg or a secret that only a specific section of players are going to pay attention to, but that if they see it and they go and translate them, they're going to go, oh, this is so cool. Like anybody who's into science or botany or speaks Latin. So that was just a little tiny thing that was really fun to do, and I think we have had some people who actually did spot that and go and translate the flowers.
Yeah, and like you said, that makes it all
I think you do
kind of worth it
the ability to
when
invite.
People are just so involved in the manner, and they're on the same level as you, where like
how about
they
one
get
second?
It,
I'll black out for a second.
Yeah, exactly.
So Whitethorn is known for its involvement in accessibility. I'm just curious, what were some of the key features that you knew how to make it into the game?
Instead of animating a camera towards a clue, you kind of just quickly fade to black, and then you're cutting that animation, also to reduce motion sickness for some people.
Yeah, that's just so important, being able to reach that community and just allow, these features allow a broader, audience to play. And, I remember hearing about, motion sickness, and that's just so cool that you and our team were able to collaborate on that and add into the game. Lastly, and for my own curiosity, what is next for Balloon Studios?
I find it very difficult.
We are currently still working together, the two of us, and also with Thomas, who did the music on Botany Manor, and we're just prototyping a new game. And it's still sort of with the same kind of vibes as Botany Manor, but it's not the same either. And it's got history at its core, escapism, exploration, all those elements as well at its core.
Yeah, I'll just echo what Laura says, and I guess from an art perspective, we're definitely trying to keep some of the really good things about Botany Manor, but also do something fresh and new. Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited, so I can't wait to see more. It was great catching up, and I wish you all the best.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Gosh, Botany Manor was such a fun game to work on, wasn't it, Pedro?
It really was, and I think it was a blooming success.
Oh my god. Wasn't Botany Manor also involved in the first accessibility showcase too?
It was, and last year we were able to showcase accessibility features available in Magical Delicacy and Slime Heroes.
That was quite a brutal fun.
What an honor. I mean, included with so many amazing developers making stuff more inclusive for everybody out there.
Yeah, it would be really cool if we could get the organizer of that showcase to join us for Whitethorn Winter, Laura Kate Dale, right? I'd love to talk to her about accessibility.
Well, let's set that up.
Pretty sick,
Laura, thank you so much for joining us today. It's so great to see you.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, you've spent a lot of your career as a journalist and a consultant highlighting accessibility in gaming and in the games industry. So I'd like to learn a little bit more about why accessibility in video games is so important to you.
I am a disabled gamer, and my disability has always been intertwined with how I experience video games, from my first experiences growing up as an autistic child using hyperfixation on Pokemon as a way to try and connect with other people my own age, through to recognizing barriers in the kinds of games I struggle to play, and barriers that I didn't really have language to talk about why I was struggling with. It felt like somewhere that I had a lot to say that might be able to do some good. And the more of my career I have poured into accessibility beyond just the disabilities that personally impact me, it has become more and more apparent quite how huge a set of room there is right now in the industry for positive growth.
No, you're
with
part
things we
of the
know how to
top
do. We
of
just
the
need
tree
to
family.
tell developers
Scared.
we know the solutions to a lot of
On
these
the
problems.
Discord
You just
channel,
need to
you're
give
part
them
of
a
the
go.
treetop family.
Yeah, I think that's really fair. Seeing all those gaps are one of the big motivators to getting you into this field. Are there any other things that really motivated you to really present this platform?
They can hear me,
So,
it's like you're talking
in terms
in school,
of, starting to
friend.
do regular online published content under the accessibility series that I do, a big part of it was talking to
we have an
developers early
entire
on and hearing that there was
not real
very little in the way
we have an entire
of
class for moderators.
beginner-friendly introductory content that was like, hey, we're going to assume that you know nothing about these topics, about what disabilities exist, how people could be helped, what those even basic introductions are, to sort of build up a knowledge base. And that was something I felt confident in doing. I was like, I feel like it's not that much
I do
work
feel
to
like more
talk to people,
colorblind
find out
things
the
should be in
basics,
games.
and sort of give people an easy entry point. And the more
I just
of
say
that
because
that I put out, the more
it's hard to see the
realized
enemy
how many
sometimes,
developers-
not because of the color.
It wasn't that they didn't
but
want to
because
be
it's
accessible, they just
not the
didn't
most obvious
know
color.
how many ways there were to be accessible and how many groups of players they could be accommodating if they thought about it. And that was sort of a really self-fulfilling cycle of, oh, even the basics are getting a lot of people going, I didn't know I could do this. What if I could make the more complicated stuff manageable in that same way? And that really encouraged me to sort of keep going with it.
I see. That's really interesting.
I really enjoyed the ones
when
in
we're working with our developers.
Magical
we are
Delicacy, the
encouraging them
accessibility
to incorporate
were
these accessibility
pretty good
features.
ones.
But like you said, there's so much out there. It's hard to know what to put in, what's the right way of doing it. So with our developers having the goal of making games as accessible to as many players as possible, what advice would you give to them or to other developers trying to do the same?
I think the easiest thing is go online and find disabled gamers talking about their experiences. We are at a point in this industry where there is a ridiculous wealth of knowledge out there being freely provided that you can use to learn first-hand experience from different people.
I literally saw someone making a podcast
if you
recently
go to somewhere
about being
like
autistic.
Blue Sky as a social media network and look for accessibility, you can find starter packs of hundreds of accessibility people in the games industry to start following who are constantly talking about their experiences and needs. You can go to somewhere like Twitch and search for the disability tag and go watch disabled gamers with various disabilities and how they are engaging with games. If you've already got games released, you can go look for that tag on Twitch and find out how disabled people are already working within the games you've released and going, ooh, what could I do to make that easier for that person the way they're playing?
Quite true, quite
There
true.
are so many people putting out reviews of video games from accessibility perspectives. There has never been more ability to see what disabled gamers are saying about the games they play and what is helping them and what isn't, and to just soak that information in.
Yeah, quite true, quite true. Wise words there.
That's really amazing. And so, from the other end of things, if players want to see more accessibility in games, is there anything that they can do to help developers with that?
I think the biggest thing that people can do is advocate for it and talk to developers about the fact that they want to see it, whether it personally impacts them and their needs or not.
I don't know how many times I see them like refusing it because it doesn't really
disability and accessibility
really
are going to
that.
impact everyone eventually, even if they don't impact you today. If nothing else, as you age, you're probably going to start experiencing reductions in fine motor control, in vision, in hearing. Eventually, you're probably going to need these things yourself. And if it takes self-motivation to be invested in that, then so be it. But ideally, whatever that motivation is, if you want to see accessibility improve, tell these companies, I wish more of my friends could play your games. I wish that 30 or 40 years from now, I won't have to put down your games, that I'll still be able to be buying them. Make it obvious to them that it's not just disabled people who want to see these improvements happen, that everyone wants to see them happen, and that everyone eventually is going to benefit from these changes.
Quite true, quite true.
That's a great point.
I agree with this.
Think when we talk about accessibility, sometimes we assume we're only trying to appeal
if I had
to
a thumbs up,
gamers,
I would have put a thumbs up.
It's true that for everybody,
Should
these
make
features are helpful and may be helpful in the future.
Well, Laura, thank you so much for joining us today. It was so great to talk to you, so great to catch up. And before we go, one last thing before we go. Where can people find you? And if they want to get involved with the Accessibility Showcase, how do they do that?
Yep, I can be found at Laura K. Buzz on most places, social media-wise, that you might find someone. Accessibility can be found as a series on YouTube at Laura K. Buzz, or at access-ability.uk for written versions of articles. If you go to access-ability.uk, you can find a contact form. If you want to be involved in this year's Accessibility Summer Showcase, drop me a message there and let me know a little bit about your game and what you're doing in terms of accessibility.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Well,
amazing.
Thanks
That's
again.
Some good stuff there.
Thanks, Laura.
There's some good stuff.
Yeah, it was really great. All right, we'll talk to you later.
You know, the path that I'm on now, making content, you could have been a lot more different if I went fully, into content.
Ready to talk about
making games.
Slime Heroes actually out in a couple of weeks.
Slime Heroes.
I think that's probably high on the priority list.
I'm really excited about that launch. I actually had so much fun playing the demo. I love a good Souls-like.
Yeah, that corrupted silver boss fight was super tough. I'm really glad that there's features in the game to allow you to play, no matter what your skill level is. We should definitely share that new trailer, too.
Oh, you mean the trailer announcing that it's coming to PlayStation? I have that right here.
Oh, it's coming to PlayStation? Dang, that's pretty nice. That is pretty nice. No, I quite enjoyed this one so far, This is a pretty good showcase. Will it be on the scale as last one? Never know. Never know. I did quite enjoy the last one. But this one's still quite good nonetheless. Yeah, this is sick, this is, like a cool game. I would love to play this game,
Supposed to protect
like look how it looks, it looks sick.
Corruption stalks every
It looks
corner
pretty sick.
now. To be saved by a slime. What
I
has
love
the
how it
world
turned to the
come
hand there. Oh, it's like Kirby. You know, you can turn into that's sick. Now that is cool, I tell you. I would love to see like, you know, like a sequel to this game. It's that good, you know. Definitely deserves a sequel, I would say.
I believe that if we can find a lost
It just
we
becomes
may
larger
be
and
able to
larger,
restore
you know, becomes
balance
open
and peace
world.
to the land.
That would be sick.
Run along now, little slime.
Like fully
See
open
how
world,
tough you
to be more
are.
exact.
We shall.
Oh. You can play with your friends? That's sick, you know. I thought it was gonna be like single player, but no. That is sick, you can play with your friends. That is sick. Remember? I get that. Reincarnated the slime. Anvil. Yo, I love how it looks. Oh no.
Save the guardians.
Our
Save
friend, no.
the world.
Okay, our friend's back.
A great tale this will be.
The only way that you gotta defeat a slime is through heat, you know, that's the only thing, you know. A lot of fire instantly melts a slime.
The Pancake Games team is really excited about it. I'm sure they'd be down to talk about it with the community.
Yeah, hey Andy, maybe I can get a hold of Tomas and the team over there at Pancake Games and we could chat?
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
It does kind
Hey
of
guys,
seem
thanks
a
for
bit
chatting.
awkward when
So,
they're reading from the
Slime
script.
Heroes coming out really soon. How's everyone feeling about it?
But then you have to expect that, you know.
I'm great. Yeah, we're really excited about
When you pre-record and
this
stuff
release.
like this.
We've been working on this for the last
The game's
3
cover
years,
looked
and this is the first
like,
time the team
yeah, not got
this is the
lag,
first
but the
project
gameplay
this
looks
team
fun.
has built together, so we're just really
You know
excited
what?
for people to
The gameplay
experience
is
for the first
kind of
time.
weird in certain games,
Very
but
cool.
you know,
And can you talk a little bit about
you have to think
the
about how many times you
inspiration
people
behind the
play this
story of the
game over and over again to make sure everything's
Yeah,
working.
the inspiration for Slime Heroes was fundamentally we wanted to tell a story of an underdog or a person, a character that is viewed as weak or not beneficial to the world, the society, and really show that through perseverance and them like
quite true,
working towards their goals, that they can become something great and even become a hero.
Yeah.
Well, I know that
I'm shaking my head too, you know, along with these people.
and making it approachable for players is really important to you guys. Why do you think that is? Why is that so important to you?
So we really wanted to make this game approachable because, like,
You know, there's platform assist, you know,
and
when you
Souls-like
platform and
games
platform
are
be, you know, terrible
known for being
sometimes.
difficult, but there's a lot of
It's
great
a little bit
games
too
from those
forward
games
in the
too.
actual screen
For
and you
this,
just fall
we
off
wanted
edge.
as many people as possible to be able to enjoy the game and experience it together, and so that with that in mind, we wanted to make sure that it was accessible.
What game? What game? You have to say to me what
allow
game.
people to. We want to build a game that people can that people enjoy and can tweak whatever is difficult for them.
All right.
That they get the right amount of difficulty for them and they can still enjoy the game. And
this is pretty sick, you know, showcase so far.
We're just making games for people to have fun, so you can set your difficulty for you.
Speaking of accessibility generally, you know, I mean, obviously making this accessible to as many players as possible.
It's like, alright.
Like, do you have any features?
No, I would like to play Slime Heroes 1. That would be sick. That would be sick.
So, I mean, generally we tried to get as much as we could in, and I know there's a lot more that we could add with means and resources, but our general philosophy for the features that we added to the game is we wanted to give a lot of flexibility, and because not every single person
I tell you,
has the same
like platform games, like Dark Souls games, you know.
Could be how punishing damage.
There's not many, you know, out there, but for platform games, I would say Crash Bandicoot was terrible for platforming.
And so
I would always like go like totally, you know, off the screen and fall into like the abyss. Terrible time in it.
So we try to just create a lot of features and sliders to be able to change them.
But for Dark Souls, you know, Dark Souls kind of platforming is, you know, very difficult. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this game does.
Kind of an all ages and family.
Oh my god, did Souls like games? I kind of expect that after your dodge and, you know, in the last game that we played together.
two friends who don't play as often.
Like that was
What is it, do you think that made you want to make a game that way, and what are some specific features that you think enable it? I really liked, for example, your by-player difficulty settings. So even if we're playing co-op, we can each get an experience that fits our skill level.
Yeah, very early on, we wanted to make a game that people could
try hard.
Together. Games are
you know what? One day
we'll
stream Dark Souls 1. I would love to play Dark Souls 1 again.
To build this action Souls-like. We wanted.
Or maybe I should play one of the more modern ones.
People have an entry point.
If I could,
And so with those features.
But the price tag on it, it'll be terrible.
Has a lot of wholesome tones to it. We wanted it to be welcoming to people, to be in the world for a long period of time.
You know what? That is nice. There's some nice stuff there.
That was something that was important to us. I know
what about Elden Ring? You know what? If I could play Elden Ring, I would play Elden Ring. Because that is a sick game.
And so we wanted to have that dynamic of, there's a cute, colorful world, characters are wholesome and
that's
whimsical.
Nice. I love wholesome characters.
Features to allow
not much wholesome in many games these days. They always make so depressing characters.
Usually you're opting in.
Not the worst thing. Why could you not? Well, I don't have the game on PC.
And so basically allowing.
And I could not set it up on my console for quite some time.
Into this type of game, and people who are familiar with this both enjoy it and being able to share it together.
Plus, I would connect it to my PC, and that would take some time before that happens.
Anything that makes that easier is well.
And then it sucks,
Do you have anything you want players to take away after they're done playing Slime Heroes?
Hopeless.
Yeah, I mean, one, this game is fully, you can play the whole game co-op, both locally and online, so
that's nice.
Definitely enjoy this game with
Sounds
somebody.
Like a monkey there. Do apologize.
Because of the way the story is, we want people to feel empowered, and so after the story, probably the key takeaway is to feel empowered after this.
Hey.
Then have fun.
You know what? Quite good words there. Quite good words.
Appreciate you guys taking the time to chit chat with me.
That was some good words there.
Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Bye.
We have another couple of games coming up this year, right?
Yeah, Spray Paint Simulator is one of them.
Oh,
yeah,
Spray Paint Simulator. We know Spray Paint Simulator.
Right? We probably have a trailer.
Oh, you mean this one right here?
You know what? It was a great time playing this game. It was really great time. I look forward to playing this game again. It'd be sick. Playing it. Spray paint. It's alright, Scav. It's alright. Oh, I totally forgot you could paint the houses. I was just thinking wow, you can paint the house. You know what? If I had more time, I would have done a whole house. Look at it! Look at that! Oh, that's sick. If I could have done this, when I had the, time, I would have. But you only get 30 minutes in the demo, and I was so sad about that. So sad. Yeah, we saw about the money. The money bit was funny. It really is a pretty sick game. I would recommend going and checking out Spray Paint Simulator. Comes out in the demo comes out in February, so go check that out. When it comes out, for a demo.
Absolutely so satisfying in that game.
Really great game.
Yeah, and I'm definitely gonna make it my mission to find all the Easter eggs the North Star Video Games team hid in free spray mode.
Oh, there's gotta be a lot.
The dev team is really cool too. They worked on a lot of things before they became an indie studio.
Oh yeah, I should definitely set up an interview with them. What do you all think?
Yeah, let's do it.
Why not?
With the power of magic instantly.
Well, thanks for joining me today, guys.
Wow.
So we'd love to hear a little bit about the game. I think that's something we should definitely share with the audience. You guys want to tell us a little something about Spray Paint Simulator?
We're North Star Video Games. We're based in the UK. Spray Paint Simulator, it's a relaxing, creative game about transforming objects from old to new. It's a very satisfying and rewarding experience.
Yeah.
The gameplay loop is kind of...
It's got to be like Power Wash Simulator. All the VTubers have got to be hopping on that.
You get to choose
Streamers.
and you paint things over your load. Well, actually, if you play it in career mode, it's like you paint it how the customer wants it. And then once you unlock it, you go to freeze break and you can paint it however you want without restriction. Recently finished it before Christmas. We're working on multiplayer. So we've got co-op
Ooh!
spray with friends in free spray mode.
Hey, Scav, I got a great idea. You sound so serious about spray paint simulator. You know what, I would, you know, if I worked on that game, it looks that good, you know, I would be too. Like, that could have been me, you know. I worked on trying to make some games, you know. I have like over like hundreds of ideas just written down, scattered around.
Cool. Yeah, it's from what I've played already, it's incredibly satisfying. It's got while it's a job game, it's got all the best parts of the job without all the tedium. And I think that's a tribute to the fact that you guys are real experts on the simulator genre. You guys worked on Lawn
What do you mean,
Simulator and a number of other
question mark.
games. So what are some of the
I was talking about, you know, when it finally comes out, you know, we could play it in co-op, multiplayer. It would be sick, I tell you, it would be sick.
First thing I'd say, we work with a great team, Skyhook Games, which are really good, based in Liverpool. Well, I think one of the things that we took away from it is satisfying, methodical gameplay loops. People really enjoy that kind of that method of following a process, and then the satisfaction that comes from the completion of that process is one thing we learned.
Like cleaning up stuff. There's so many different simulator games now.
That was our first simulation game. We worked on many other games over the years, kind of like party games, platformers, horror games, narrative, VR, different platforms, mobile, PC, you know, all the consoles. So we've done a lot of different stuff. I think it was our first sim game. Not only was it like, it was an introduction to sims. I've played some sim games before, but it was when you're working on something, it's a different perspective. And actually working on something like that was really great. I was actually quite, there was a lot of work, but it was actually really relaxing as well. Especially when we were creating the British countryside, which I know would look very well. So it was
not bad at all.
That game kind of was very much on more the realistic end of simulation, and which has definitely got its place, and I know players love it, but one thing that we wanted to do with spray painting was a less strict approach. So we've got allows more freedom for us to do more things, being more playful, something we wanted to lean into a little bit more. Players love self-expression.
All right.
We'll do that in all modes. So in SPS, definitely gone heavily.
You sound so serious, you know.
And offering them more of a creative freedom with it, especially in free spray mode, which is, you know, play with friends, spray the whole time, do what you want.
Yeah.
I think Lawnmower Simulator differed quite a lot from everything else we've historically worked on, which were more like third-person games and with the little cartoon character things. And there is much more of an appreciation, and it's about performing tasks, it's about just being very relaxed, and it's more rewarding to be a relaxing thing than it is a challenge to climb this mountain.
You know what you need? A second monitor. You know what? Quite true. But I don't have enough room on my desk. If I could, you know, get another table kind of thing, then I would probably elevate like my. Well, I have two TVs. You know, they're very tiny TVs. I have two of those. But I would probably. Yeah, I don't have a lot of room.
So why is
I don't have like a big room, I tell you. A very tiny room. Being, you know, it's not even considered a room due to UK standards. That's how funny it is. Gets me that. I'm saying you have to get it. Maybe someday. You know what? Yes, someday. We'll put it on the throne to get one day.
There's other things happening, and it just seems like a nice thing to give back as well. You know, to enjoyable to work on, but to give back. People's focus on a task, build a sense of progression.
I love how, you know, fully in it he is. Also, I love how Adam's not really talked that much.
It's always good to try, you know, you can get from dirty to
Has he
clean,
talked?
Or in our case, it's something that's made dull and you added that fibre so you renew it.
But Nick, you know, he has such a way of saying it, he has such a way of saying it.
I know accessibility is really one of the things that you guys wanted to bake in right from the start of the development process. Can you tell us a little bit about what some of the features that are going to be available in the game and some of the accommodations that you're making for players to get
also, we're Birchie now.
as possible?
Yeah, I think
he's such a talkative guy. Look at him. I know. I feel like he looks so sad when he's not talking. Like, you know, we need to get him, you know, talking again. Like, he was so, like, happy, you know, serious talking. How could you, Adam? How could you take the limelight from our Nick? How could you? Yeah, I'm just joking.
Just controls, so that you can remap everything. Multiple different ways to play it, controller, mouse, keyboard. I think some players find it method.
You need to get him on a podcast. You know, well, that would be sick. You know, that would be sick. Now that just reminds me of we really need to do a podcast at one point. That would be a fun idea.
Cool. Well, our time is almost up, but we didn't get a chance to talk about that awesome soundtrack. Do you guys want to say a little thing about that? Like, it's the perfect music to paint to. What inspired you guys to go with that kind of soundscape for your game? What did you want to make sure was in there?
You know what, I wouldn't even know what I would call my podcast. The Berries, you know, that's been taken by, you know, Barry.
But laid back, easygoing and upbeat, really. But because what we've gone for is, you did quite a lot of research when we were looking at similar comparable titles, then you look at the reviews, and what a lot of players tend to do is they'll switch off the in-game music, and they'll put a podcast on or listen to their own music.
You know, quite true.
So what
Quite true.
is
People do that.
where there's a real world device in the game, so it's kind of a radio. So you can pull the radio and it's free. You don't have to buy it in the shop. Drop it in the scene, and you can. This is also a little bit influenced
Kind of
by
reminds me of the
games
port.
like Grand Theft Auto, where you've got the radio in the game and you
Yeah.
click it. Right. That kind of idea.
Reminds me of the radio from Portal.
Flip the button and it plays different tunes
Pretty
on
nice.
the radio at the time. But all the tunes are relaxing, laid back and chilled, as I said, easy going. Maybe some are a little bit tongue in cheek as well.
Oh, maybe one day we'll get like, you know, heavy metal on one of those radio channels, like it appears randomly at one point.
We're not putting the game. We decided not to
You know, surprise the people. They're just listening to wholesome music and then.
It's there. It's on in the main menu, but when you go into the game, you've got the radio in. Then you turn it on. If you don't put the radio in, you don't have the music. But in terms of choosing the tracks, it was definitely. I watched tons of stuff on social media, loads of YouTube videos. Also, just tapping into my own experience of music that I find relaxing, but also not just things that I like, what other people might like as well. Because it's radio, you can switch channel. Yeah. So you try, station. So it's kind of like you've got to appeal to everybody, what other people like as well. So.
No, this Nick guy is really great. We need more Nick.
So, should we listen to a little bit of it?
Sure.
Like Nick, you know, Nick could sell you anything. Pre-jam and tune.
Always good to check in with the devs.
Yeah, with each other too.
Yeah, I mean, that reminds me of the work Safe in Our World does. I mean, it's so important what they do. We should totally use Whitethorn Winter to promote their message.
Yeah, let's see if we can get that set up.
Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing?
Thank you for having me.
I'm good. Do you know what? It's been snowing here and everything has just been solid white ice outside and it got so great and now it's all melted and I can see like a little bit of green again. It's
Very
properly
nice.
boosted my mood.
Yeah. We need those. We need those.
Oh, so that's a sick beanie. Owl
dreary
beanie.
winter that's happening
That's pretty sick
right now,
beanie.
right?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, we see the little ghost guy here.
Why don't you tell me a
What's
little
his
bit
name again?
about
Shy guy.
Safe in
That's.
Our World? I know
I always
it's
forget the name.
incredible
You know.
work providing resources and support
Frog
for
in the
mental health
background.
and well-being for people in the games industry. Could you
That's a sick
talk a little
background.
to this?
Well, there's so much that Safe
got
in Our World
Derek up
does.
there.
There's like a Level Up partnership, which is basically where we collaborate with game studios to help safeguard the well-being and mental health of developers and the wider team.
Quite nice, quite
through
nice.
that, we have a wealth of resources we've got like a website portal where we host training
Jealous, I have
and
no
there's
snow.
resources
I
to
know.
access. We
It'd be
invite
like that
industry experts
sometimes.
to give talks and workshops. We've done stuff like self-advocacy training, things like that.
Very nice. Very nice.
I think we've signposted an estimated 500,000 people to life-saving, game-changing mental health resources via our website now. We've got like this system where you can find mental health resources and like services in your local area.
Good to hear. That's really good to hear.
And yeah, I think that the thing that really got me as a community manager, as someone who likes to learn about people around me, was and something that I contributed to myself when I was an ambassador was
we need to learn
Safe in Our World platform lived experiences.
Some from
We've got a podcast called Safe Space, hosted on our website. You can get it on Spotify. I think there's a few other platforms. There's our stories section of the website as well. We regularly share blogs and articles, often unpacking misconceptions and breaking down stigma with real life examples for mental health situations that people find themselves in. And the last thing I was going to mention is that last year we hosted a games development challenge over the course of 5 months that saw over 200 submissions of indie games on itch.io, which was a really big deal.
That's pretty nice.
I was so excited to see what everyone had made, and all of those games had mental health themes backed into them.
I'm sorry.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Why is it so important to you to platform these ideas, to promote inclusivity, to normalize mental health?
It's kind of like the same with a book or a movie, right? Games as a platform provide space for storytelling. And one of our chief goals is to break down stigma around mental health. I'm just thinking about that
brutal game, Mouthwash.
So the more stories we can tell, the more light we can shine on what everyone's experience is, what everyone goes through, the more empathy we can build, the more understanding we can build for our fellow human who might be struggling. Right. So, like, inclusivity in games, like having representation in games, is a hugely important thing to us, being able to see those stories manifest in games. But also, like, games as an escape, games as... We live on a wild marble. It is spinning. We are holding on for dear life. It is next level. Sometimes life can be very scary, and I think there is a lot of good in video games for escapism, for finding a cozy, chill space.
So
sometimes you just need that space.
Going back to the initiatives you guys are doing, you guys are doing a lot. Is there anything
scary as my Wi-Fi?
2025, I'm so excited because the team has grown. I came on board. My colleague Jess has come on board. We're 2 more people strong, and that has massively increased the ambition that we have for what we can get done this year. What I would say is keep an eye out on our socials for some pretty sweet news in the coming few months, both for players looking to grab great games to support our mental health charity and to find time for that processing. And then for further support for the games industry itself, we have a lot of stuff very close by that we're going to be announcing, and it's very cool. We've got some exciting developments to help studios implement and maintain great mental health practices. Seeing what they're excelling at and where they can improve, like we're very excited to get a little bit more hands-on with feedback. So we've been building some infrastructure around that.
I just see this little button.
We've got our annual fundraisers like Play Your Way in May and Press Pause later in October. So we'll be on the lookout for creative fundraising ideas from our community.
Crack myself up
and I'm personally very excited to connect with more streamers this year. That's my New Year's resolution.
Wow.
Should I put this on the special events?
Streamers that we've worked with talk very positively about Safe in Our World, so
love to hear it.
How can people get involved with these initiatives? Where can they find you?
Oh, they can find us well. We're kind of everywhere. We've got the Safe in Our World website. That's safeinourworld.org. Easy peasy.
Not bad.
I'm pretty sure we're at Safe in Our World on pretty much every social media. We are over on Blue Sky now for those jumping ship, Twitter or X or whatever we're calling it. We are still on Twitter, and all of those spaces. But we also have a Discord community.
Not bad at all.
2,000 people at this point, if not more. It's a really
pretty good stuff.
Very cozy, wholesome little space, and I would highly recommend it
Always
if you'd like to join. And that is the Safer Together a Discord. So easy peasy to find over on our website.
Great. All right, so before I let you go, what's your favorite Whitethorn game?
Well, okay, so bear with me, because I'm a big fan of that kind of laid-back, cozy vibe day in the life simulator, and I heard really good things about Calico. Now, I picked it up for my sister's birthday present last year, and because she's big into cats. She wants a cat, as she's always banging on about this cat cafe that she goes to. So I thought that's a perfect fit, right?
Right.
Everything I've seen and heard about the game makes me want to play it so bad, but alas, my backlog of games remains untouched. So
I get
soon,
that,
I hope to make space for it's definitely the next one on the list.
Keep piling up that backlog.
We're excited to hear what you think after you play it then.
The art style is so cute.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's really awesome. I think you're going to really have a good time when you jump into it.
Looking forward to it.
Yay!
Yeah,
Thanks so much for joining us again today. It was really great talking to you.
Yeah, it's been lovely. Thank you for inviting us. It's always nice to have a wee chat and talk about what we're always up to. So
absolutely. Yeah, we'll talk soon. Bye.
Bye.
The games industry is making strides to be more inclusive to creators and players, but it still has a long way to go. It's groups like Saving Our World who are leading the charge in education and providing much-needed awareness, support, and destigmatization in the industry that will help us bring the game space that we all love to where it needs to be.
How can we help Saving Our World do more?
There's actually a number of ways. There's programs
also,
on
Courtney's
the website,
like,
and
the extrovert around here has to get, all of the script work, most of it.
One of theirs?
Yeah, we were. And I guess we'll just have to stay tuned and see what they have cooking this
Andy.
year.
Like we had one.
Hey guys, it's
no,
really coming down
Pedro's gone. No,
I am so sick of the snow.
Oh wait, the back.
I would rather be on a beach anywhere.
I thought we lost him there. I thought we lost him there.
Ambrosia Island?
Oh, what I would give to be there right now.
Well, we can at least include it in the showcase. Don't we have an announcement about a new platform?
Yeah, it's coming to PlayStation. You guys want to see the trailer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sick. I love the voice acting, it's hilarious voice actors in this game. You know what, I just really like the environment of this game, it's just very well done. Just very well done. Also, sometimes you just need a little bit of warmth, Pretty nice. Yeah, I remember that hidden bit. Pretty sick, that. Pretty sick. Restore their forgotten memories. Behind the myth. Pretty nice. Pretty nice time. I always enjoyed the art style of that game, it really is a nice art style.
It would be great if Alex from Polygon Treehouse joined us to say a few words about the game too.
I'm sure he'd be up for it. Let me chat with him.
So, it's been a few months since Mythric has released on PC, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. What's it been like seeing people experiencing the game?
That's a sick beanie, I tell you. That is a sick beanie.
It's been absolutely terrifying, but really, really exciting at the same time. I think when we've been working on something for so long, you've been quite close to it, and
it'd be like that, you've seen the first steps, you don't want it to fall on its face.
Thing, and then it's out into the wild, and people are playing it, and interacting in their own ways and experiencing the story for the first time. It is really scary, but we're building games to be played, and it's always really exciting to see how different people react to it, and people connecting with the story and the characters. So yeah, really, it's just the most rewarding bit of making a game, seeing people play it and seeing people enjoying it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Very true. Very true.
Hopefully you've had some time to rest and recover now that it's been out. But I'm just curious about the most fulfilling parts, big or small, that come to mind throughout development or even post-release.
So I think one of the coolest things I think it was Summer Game Fest, some really awesome cosplay of our main character Alex. It was quite a confusing situation because I'm called Alex, the player character in the game is called Alex, and the lady who's did the cosplay is also called Alex.
Spider-Man meme.
There's a triple Alex
that's a good
whammy. But that was just so
Alex,
amazing.
Alex, and Alex.
Go from some
That's a
character
great
you've been
story.
scribbling on paper and working with closely to then see someone do such an amazing job of cosplaying them. That was really, really mind-blowing, and there's definitely something about going from a 2D sketch, seeing the character come out in 3D is one thing.
Yeah.
See a real live person being your character.
So cool.
That was really, really awesome. I think people connecting with the story. We've had lots of message up people being reduced to tears.
Alex has a great collection in the back. Yeah, he does. There's a lot of good stuff
and
back
also,
there.
obviously, with Mithrax,
You got a lot of good stuff back there. Look at all
Greek
that.
gods, they're not kind of old dusty Greek gods. Quite modern.
I can barely see anything.
Answering the question, what would the Greek gods be like if they're alive in today's world? And so there was.
Well, Zeus would have been in jail.
Working
We all know that.
They loved the game. They really got where we were going with it, and so that was kind of like a real relief for me. And just it was really great to see, proper classicists really embrace the idea of Mithrax and its kind of strange take on the Greek gods. So that was, just we could go on and on, but there's just three really big highlights.
Yeah, it's amazing, especially just hitting kind of some of these pockets outside of our bubble, which we're so inside, like you said. Game is out on PC, Xbox, and Switch, but now it's coming to PlayStation.
Very nice,
it's exciting.
Yeah.
Good to
really
see.
Exciting. I personally have quite a long history with PlayStation. I kind of Super Nintendo and then PlayStation was part of my kind of console journey.
With the old Switch in the back.
At university, I spent the first half of my career working at PlayStation. So I worked at Sony Cambridge, then became Gorilla Cambridge, and I worked a lot on a lot of big PlayStation IP. And so, PlayStation will always be something that's close to my heart. To have an indie game we've made come to PlayStation is always going to be a really special thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and that makes me just think of the DualSense. I mean, that controller is just, it really has taken, controllers to the next level. Wow. But I'm just curious if you had any, ideas on how you could take advantage of that with Mithra.
Ooh, there's a bit of lag there.
Yeah, you're right. It does feel like a kind of big step
Buffering.
forward, and I think games like Astrobot really show what that controller and the fidelity it can bring to an experience. And one of the
I like the controller, I think the thing, but at the same time I kind of dislike it.
As you're exploring a 3D space, like a magic metal detector, the pings and the sound will increase the closer you're getting. Proximity to a hidden treasure.
I hate that when you're trying to do like an action,
it's really exciting.
They make it like harder to hit, like that you have to press thingy.
Well,
but then the thing is, I
so
could just go
once again,
and it just goes fully down like a needle.
Seeing it on PlayStation.
Sometimes you just gotta be lazy like that and just slap it a bit, just to
so
get it
awesome
to go
catching
faster.
Up. Do you have any, shout outs or closing remarks?
I just want to say a big thanks to the whole, Whitethorn family, all the other developers we've crossed paths with, with Whitethorn, and just big thanks to everyone for playing the game. I hope you had fun, and if you've not had a chance to play yet, obviously you can play on PC and now, pick any console. It's, any console of your choice.
One day we'll play
there's a
Mithrax to tell you.
warm welcome waiting for you on Ambrosia Island.
All right, Alex. Well, it was great talking to you, and I can't wait to check it out on PlayStation. Bye.
To apologize for burping
I'm really proud to have worked on Mithrax at Polygon Treehouse. They are just such an awesome team.
You know who else is awesome? Peachy King Games and Calico. Are we ready to talk about that yet?
Oh, and how could we forget about Magical Delicacy? We have something cooking up with them, don't we?
Delicacy.
Yes, absolutely. Coming to PlayStation. You have a trailer, Lisa?
You bet I do.
New platform. Ooh. You know, magical delicacy is great. Also, that Calico, they really need to make a number 2 of that game. It's a great game, but I feel like, you know, it could be explored even more. The thing with magical delicacy is that I feel like I'm on a time limit. But then the thing is, you're not really on a time limit, I don't think so. I just feel like I'm on a time limit, like, you know, I have to talk to everyone. Or I miss all these interactions. You know what I mean? Magical delicacy. Coming soon to PS5 or PS4. Not bad, not bad at all.
Watching that trailer made me hungry.
Hungry for more magical delicacy,
What did you
right?
see?
Always.
There was no food in the trailer.
It was a really big hit with our community and creators too.
There was like 95%
Speaking of creators,
no food in
we
that.
should chat with Stream for a Cause. We collaborated on quite a few charitable initiatives with them last year. They do some incredible work connecting
we need to
creators
play
with
some more
community
magical
nonprofits to help
delicacy.
fundraise for
Kind of put
important
on the back
causes at the
burner for a
local
little
level.
while.
I'm sure our community would love to hear what they have coming up this year.
You know what? I would love to finally do like a cooking episode.
Let's see if we can set that up.
Cooking up all the stuff that's in magical delicacy.
Hi Marv, it is so wonderful to see you. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. We're so happy to be here with you today.
You know, Robbie.
We're thrilled to have you.
The camera is like so close. Like I can see his eyeballs, like fully.
Let's get started. Why don't you tell me a little bit about Stream for a Cause and some of the initiatives that
you know, people have eye contact issues. You know, this is causing me to look away.
Stream for a Cause is a nonprofit. We're based in Michigan, but we work all over the world.
He just has that, you know, stare.
To connect funds raised through online spaces.
The serious
into actual
stare.
Communities. So the world keeps getting more global, right? Like we have like online communities, we have these huge, giant, we call them name brand nonprofits that are doing amazing work. But what about the ones that are in our own backyards? What about our local food pantries? What about our local humane societies, shelter houses, pride centers? They don't always have access to raising money in the same way.
I really hope that they make a magical delicacy
totally
book,
sense, right?
you know,
like
cookbook.
That's fine, but what can we do about
cook,
it? And
you
that's
know,
what we do
that
at Stream
entire
for a
book.
Cause. We're
Except
raising
for the
money.
alcoholic
We do
stuff.
micro
Don't do that.
granting, we do consultation.
We say
Our
no to
job
alcohol
is to
around
help
here
smaller
because it's not
communities
actually that good.
organizations overcome the barriers that prevent them from delivering the services that we
Fake
need.
happiness?
Because
No,
even
we
if we
need
do
real
live in a more
happiness.
global space, we still also live in a town or a community or a neighborhood. So we need to continue to support those places as well.
And we work with content creators of any size on really any platforms, and
Very
we
nice.
take those
Very nice.
funds and we not only crowdsource them for Stream for a Cause, because like Robbie said, a lot of these small charities and nonprofits that we work with in these local communities, giving
Very
them
nice.
money sometimes doesn't always
Not too
solve the
bad.
problem. So our sustainability coaching and our other programs are so integral to Stream for a Cause, and we really have our content creators to thank for that.
That's amazing. So what do you all have planned for this year?
Well, we're kind of coming up on our biggest campaign of the year, which is our Pride campaign. So we do a lot of awesome
too
things
bad.
with that. We have celebrity guests. We have a bunch of content creators. I think last year we had between 250 and 300
Dang,
content
that's
creators
crazy.
who all
That is
came together
crazy.
to raise about $100,000 for Stream for a Cause. It was an amazing time. There was tournaments, events, individual streams, raid trains, like you name it, and content
Not bad.
creation, and we were doing
Not bad at
we
all.
were doing it because it's about also giving people a vehicle to be creative, and we also
Very true,
treat it a
very
lot
true.
like a digital Pride festival.
Damn,
Pride is
that'd be
awesome,
sick.
but not everybody can go. It's
Yeah,
not always
quite true.
accessible. Sometimes it's in places that are just unreachable for people who have different mobility needs, or maybe it's in a place that it's not safe. You might be trans, and going to Pride is cool, but also you'd be outing yourself, right,
Yeah,
to folks that
be
you're
like
not
that.
comfortable with. So what we also try to do is bring a lot of the information, the resources that you would associate with Pride. We try to bring them as well to a digital space, and we're really excited to do that again this year.
Pride is really important in
Very
our
nice.
community. A lot of our content creators identify in the LGBTQAI+ community. A lot of our content creators are also just a part of
AI.
marginalized communities in general. And, we have a lot of great
When
allies
did we
as
shift
well.
around
So Pride is always a really great time for us all
AI?
to get together and have that pride.
When did we have
Yeah,
AI,
exactly.
you know?
It sounds
Like it's supposed to be LGBTQIA+.
important
plus.
that you guys are working on. So,
But then it went
with
AI. We now have
of
artificial intelligence in the group. I'm sorry, intersexual.
inclusivity and
What is it?
representation
Yeah.
seems to be very important.
And
Why is that?
asexuals, you now thrown out of the thing.
think that
We're
it's because
introducing
people
a new
like to see
AI,
games that
you
they
know,
can see themselves
AI
in.
discrimination.
We love to be able to
Be
showcase
terrible.
games
I'm just joking around.
of all different
I'm
types.
just joking around.
The idea of being inclusive, right? Like, it's something that we can treat like a chore, or it's something that we can just embrace, because we all have differences. We all have things that make us unique. We all have different thoughts and ideas and all of this stuff. And we also have differences in the way that we grew up,
You know what?
or the experiences
Not bad.
that we've had.
Not bad
so
at
making
all.
sure that we have media that represents that. We always love to approach those things. That's why we love Whitethorn games so much, because honestly, so many of the different games that you put out naturally have just like representation cooked into them, because it's something that's important to the developers on your teams. And so for us, that makes a huge it just makes a huge difference. And being able to talk about the games, we always love when there's something new from Whitethorn coming out, because it's going to be something that's relatable to the people in our communities. And for all the different studios right now that are like questioning it, they're thinking like, wow, DEI, like that's getting cut everywhere, like should we play it safe? I just want to encourage you to continue to be brave, because there are people that rely on that. There are people who need to see themselves as a young brown kid going into STEM, or they maybe need to see themselves as like a cool, like witchy vibe, right? Like there's all sorts of different stuff that's out, and if you continue to make those games, they're going to be speaking to the people that you're really wanting to reach. Shout out to Magical Delicacy.
Well, Nick, just before we head out, where can people find
You know, I still have hopes for the Magical Delicacy cookbook.
The best place to find us, we're on all socials, but if you go to streamforacause.org, you can find all of our social handles there. If you're a small content creator and you're looking to get involved and be more philanthropic in your streams, we also have a sign-up area right on our website. You can also access our Discord from streamforacause.org, where you can see all of the upcoming events and all the fun stuff we have planned for this year.
We're just so excited that y'all had us on the showcase this year. Like, we're super big fans.
We need to put the idea in the head.
Whitethorn Games. Ever since we were able to meet in person and even connect before that with just the random emails, you all have been so lovely and welcoming.
You know, well, this is a good deal.
Thank you so much for
Adventure. Also, we're
really
over an hour now.
to be participating and to just celebrate everything that you have coming up this year.
Well, we're super happy to have you, and thank you again for joining us and taking time out of your busy day. I know you got a lot to do, so I appreciate it.
A good time, a good time.
No, thank you. Have a great day, everybody.
Yes, thank you.
Bye.
If you're interested, go check it out.
Can we just take a moment to recognize the fact that it's been 4 years since we premiered our first ever Whitethorn Winter Showcase?
Oh, has it been that long?
Been quite a long time.
I'm sure does fly.
It's ever sweet.
I've been here for 2 of them. Not bad.
Alright. Wait. Wasn't it Whitethorn Winter 2 years ago that we teased Colonel Hearts?
Yeah, and we revealed the first trailer for the game last year.
We should check to see if the team at Ephemera wants to share any new gameplay. I'm sure they'd love to talk to our community as well.
Hi, I'm Momo, and I'm the lead character artist of Colonel Hearts.
You know, pretty
Today,
sick avatar.
I'm going to talk about
Pretty
two
sick
of the
avatar.
many allies you will meet in the Tower of Babel. Mikowai, the Ravenous Soldier, and
Dang.
Fan, the Dreamer.
Oh, a little bit lag there. Hopefully that's not my side.
Mikowai is a Polish soldier who ventured into the Tower of Babel as part of the first military assault 10 years before the arrival of the player. The 2 bullets wounds on his chest sparks questions about what happened back then to his squad. After all, angels aren't usually the ones doing the shooting. And then we have Fang, a real magical girl in the flesh. A rare sight these days, and
Crazy.
one of the last ones alive.
Oh.
She was part of the 5th expedition into the tower, back when they still had magical girls to spare. The
Hey.
tower can grant magical girls an extraordinary burst of power, but this heavenly curse doesn't come cheap. If you don't stop at the right moment, you will get lost in the ecstasy of it, never to come back. We call those former girls dreamers. Upon seeing the horrors of the heavenly curse, she devoted the rest of her life to taking her former squad out of their slumber so they could finally rest. And that is all for now, but if you would like to know more about the characters that would aid you in your journey, join our Discord to stay up to date with any upcoming news about the game. Let's lay God together next time. Oh, and wishlist the game on Steam. Yep. Bye bye!
You know what? It is a pretty cool game. It is a pretty cool game.
Yeah, Kernel Hearts revealed that it's coming to Xbox, right? That was at the Latin American Game Showcase.
Would be sick to play that at one point.
Yeah, no, it was such a great show too. There were so many awesome indies from Latin
Though
America.
I probably would not be very good.
I wonder if the organizer, David, would be up for joining us for Whitethorn Winter. I would love to hear more about what they're doing to bring Latin American
Imagine like they
studios
say,
to a
oh, we
wider
gotta bring
audience.
this person on, and they say like, no.
Let's see if he's up for it.
Like he just appears just
Well,
so
David,
you know.
it's great to meet you. We're excited to learn more about the work that Lax does in bringing up global
Well, that's a pretty
exposure
nice
to
beard
Latin
that guy
American
got.
developers and studios.
Reminds me of like
Can you
1930s,
tell us a little bit
1940s.
more about what you guys do and how it like
He
impacts
looks like he could be the
developers in Latin America?
young version of the Coca-Cola Santa.
Yes, for sure.
Not
Well, first,
sponsored.
thank you guys for including us. It's been a pleasure to collaborate with Whitehorn in the past. We're super happy to work with publishers that are also bringing attention and supporting devs in our region. So this is a pleasure and an honor. So thank you for having me. And yeah, the Latin American Games Showcase is precisely that. It's a platform that we started working on late 2022. 2023, I believe. I'm already lost on
There's
time.
some good Latin American
But
games
we've
out
done
there, Terry.
basically 4 editions already, and the whole idea of it is to bring more awareness and visibility around the games being developed by Latin American developers, both within the region but also overseas. Like we've had teams from Colombian developers that are working on games from the Netherlands, and a lot of people in the United States and UK. So we basically are trying to funnel every game that we can find so that they find new audiences and hopefully additional opportunities like the interest of publishers just like you guys. Fortunately, we've had a lot of success in this past editions, not only visibility wise, but we've had several teams that have gotten picked up because they were found while watching our showcase. So that's always great. And in the past couple of years, we've integrated also a Steam sale, and that has also garnered a lot of success. So yeah, the idea is for us to have at least 2 showcases a year where we highlight a bunch of games. We've done so already for over 230 games of the region, and we want to keep the work going. We want to keep working and
you know, but they're doing some good work.
We're
They're
excited
doing some good
to
work.
keep going with the platform.
Nice. Thanks.
So, what are your plans for 2025?
2025 is going to be huge. We have, of course, the plan to keep our 2 big windows that are going to this year again be in collaboration with Jeff Keighley and the Game Awards team. So we're going to be on Summer Game Fest, and we will be at the Game Awards as well. We don't know the shape that's going to take for the Game Awards. We're thinking of changing format for that one, but we're going to at least take advantage of those windows and the huge platform that Jeff and his team has given us in the past year. That said, we're working on a lot of other projects to keep on supporting.
Do apologize if I say, you know, same thing kind of, you know, twice there.
But we are
very nice, you know.
Working on a game jam that's going to be, we're going to be announcing soon.
It's best I can explain it, you know.
Announced, so all good.
Best I can explain it. It's just very nice.
Initiatives that will include a lot more
it's good to see. It's good to see.
With content creators from the region.
You know what? It would be funny if they kept adding more and more lines for, you know, every nation that they get into.
The importance of the sales and the wish lists
that have Latin American in them.
We've grown to know that the best way to market
it's just like 500
lines is through word of mouth and content creation. So we're trying to create spaces where we can collab with a lot more content creators and hopefully more visibility that actually turns into sales and wish lists.
Not bad.
For our
That's
games.
pretty good there.
And we are starting to meet with sponsors
nice
and
work there.
publishers that have already backed us in the past to see opportunities to find
Looking forward
physical
to it.
spaces where we can promote our games.
Looking forward to it.
So basically, we're just keeping what we're doing, and we're trying to layer
Got a lot of potential
other,
there.
windows throughout the year to support even more.
Like, where can developers find you?
They can find us in all the active social media. So we are in X, we are in Blue Sky, we are in TikTok, we are in Instagram, and we are in Twitch, all as LAG Showcase, so LAX Showcase, Latin American Games Showcase. They can find us everywhere. They can also visit us on our website, laxshowcase.com, and they can both see the applications there, but they can also see the lineup of the past showcases to know how they work, and they can find out a little bit more of our team and contact us directly. So yeah, for now, if you just follow on our social media, subscribe to our newsletter.
You know what, I would love to see like a proper like live one
and
day.
go to our website.
Like when I mean proper live, like scripted
September
would be sick.
Up and ready to.
There might be some of that in there, but who knows?
That being said, my email, it's like another great way to find us.
I love that you can just knock.
Tried to scout games throughout the year.
The stream anytime.
So you can get me at david@blackshowcase.com, and I'll answer right back, and I'll try to help you out or
I find that hilarious feature.
Help you whatever ways we can.
Thank you so much, David, for your time today. We're really looking forward to
There was some great stuff from the late game showcase.
Much more to come from you guys. 2025 is going to be amazing.
Yes, and this is not the beginning, but this is the first step into.
They got a lot of potential.
Both of us are collaborating, and I'm sure.
Have they done a sale already? I think I've seen something.
Our endeavors and missions throughout the year. It's not that last time you.
But then I might not.
Did
I see a sale of them
I'm
before?
excited for that.
I'm pretty sure I have. Yeah.
Thank you, David. It was really nice meeting you.
Yeah, because it said something about Steam. Yeah, I did see them then. Yeah.
Have a great
I was just double checking. Needed to clear through like all the mess in my brain. Go check them out if you're interested in it.
Okay, we've talked about all the games coming to PlayStation this year. We talked about all our other games coming out this year. We've had a look back at last year. Can we please talk about Calico now?
Oh, guys, we're almost out of time, and we forgot to talk about Calico. Peachy Keen Games has new DLC for that really soon, right?
Yeah, Calico neat things. We have something special to share about its release date, right?
One day we'll play Calico on the channel. One day.
Actually, it's launching during the Whitethorn Winters showcase on PC and Nintendo Switch.
Ah, pretty sick.
You mean right meow?
Roll the trailer!
That was so cringy, but at the same time, you're not good. It is a very nice game, I tell you. One day we'll get Calico 2. We already got the DLC, so they might be able to make another DLC, but hopefully we get a second game at one point.
What a great way to end
We'd
the
love
show,
to
don't
see.
you think?
Yeah, I know our community has been really excited about that.
Everyone loves the Calico
Well, everyone,
game.
this has been a very productive meeting. One last thing, though. I want to make sure to extend a huge thank you to the members of the press who covered us over the years, the fantastic content creators who've shown us so much support, and, of course, our wonderful community. We couldn't have had such an incredible 2024 without them. I really hope they're excited about what we have coming up in 2025.
Yeah, absolutely, and I mean that extends to.
I'm looking forward to the future games that they're gonna be doing.
And platforms that help us get our games out to everybody. So, to name a few from this showcase: Safe in Our World, the Latin American Games Showcase, Stream for a Cause, of course, Laura Kate Dale and her Accessibility Showcase, and anyone else we haven't mentioned that's been a continued part of our mission to get games in everybody's hands.
Yeah.
This is the next time,
And thanks, Liz. You did a great job.
No problem. I'm happy to help. I'm so excited for everything coming this year.
Well, thanks everyone for joining today. Make sure you all stay safe during the storm, and don't forget to shovel your sidewalks. There's people walking. Stay warm.
Oh man, I don't want to shovel my sidewalk again.
Have a good afternoon, everyone. Peace.
Bye, everybody.
I wonder if it was recent or pre-recorded a while back, you know.
This could have been it.
You know what, that was a great time. Should be ending now. And there it is, it's ended. Alright. Well, you know what? That was a good time, I tell you. That was a good time. I quite enjoyed that, you know, I quite enjoyed that. We saw some interesting stuff there. There we go. But that should be us done for today, actually. So, you know what that means? It's the end of the episode. I'll remove this. Sorry about that. Freedom for my mouse. Alright. So, hopefully you enjoyed this. Have a nice day, safe, make some sure, think of vitamins, very important. Everybody sees things, some of the nice bye bye.